Hey guys, what's up? I am Nikhil, continuing our Pixrate animation series. So in this After Effects tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create this cool looking typography animation in After Effects without using any plugins as always. And I will mention the link to this complete series playlist in the description and in the pinned comment so you can binge watch all these amazing tutorials right now. All these animations are highly inspired from a very talented artist Pixrate. I have mentioned his Instagram profile in the description below. And without any further ado, let's jump straight into After Effects and get started. Now before we start this video, I just want to take a moment and tell you guys about my motion designers bundle, which consists of 3 huge animation packs for After Effects, completely designed and animated by me. So all the animations are super high quality and easy to customize and use. For more info, check out the first link in the description below. Alright guys, so here we are in After Effects. Let's start by creating a new composition. Let's call this render as our main render comp. Width and height, I'm going with 1000 by 1000. Feel free to use any width or height that you want to. Frame rate is set to 30 fps and duration is set to 30 seconds. And background color is set to gray. Let's select the text tool and also let's create a new composition. Let's call this text underscore 01. Press OK. And while the text tool is selected, you can type in any text that you want. I'm going to type in just like you saw in the example, that is doomed forever. I'm not sure why I'm saying that, but yeah, or using that, but yeah, I think it looks pretty cool with this. All right, let's duplicate this text. Press Ctrl D to duplicate it. And let's change the font to Clash Grostek, bold. Bring down the size like so. And you can type in your second text. There we go. Let's bring down this a bit more like so. All right, press Ctrl D again to duplicate it and let's place this right here. We can select everything and let's align them properly. Okay, so here we have our first text. Let's duplicate this. So now we have text 2. Go into this and let's swap the text. So I'm going to change the main text to forever and switch this one to doomed. All right. Let's also make all the text black in color. Same for this one. All right. Now let's create another new composition. Let's call this T underscore 01 mask. That is text 01 mask. Press OK. Drag the text one composition inside. And then I'm going to select the rectangle tool. And let's try to create an accurate mask like so. We can also turn on the title action safe. You can go right here and turn it on. Okay, there you go. Let's adjust the mask a little bit. So I'm gonna select these point and using the arrow keys, I can just adjust this like so, bringing that down. Okay, let's duplicate this. Press Ctrl D to duplicate it. Select the bottom one and let's invert the mask like so. Now let's select the top one, select the pan behind tool and make sure the snapping is turned on. Let's snap the anchor point right here at the bottom of this one and this anchor point right here at the bottom like so. Okay, now let's go to 2 seconds. Select both the layers, press S to bring down the scale property, create a keyframe, make sure to unlink this and then I'll go to 3 seconds and let's set this to 0 and this one to 0. So we have something like this. Then let's right click and create a new null object. We can call this scale and then link both of these text layers to this null. So we can go right here, right click, go into columns and turn on parent and link. Select both of these layers and link them to this null object. Then press S, unlink this. Let's go to 1 second. Create a keyframe, go at the very start and let's set this to 0. So now we have something like this. Okay, now if you see this kind of line, the division line that we created. So we can always select these point and adjust it. Okay. All right, there we go. Looking fine. Similarly, I'll duplicate this, Control D. So now we have text 1, mask 2. Let's rename this to text 2, mask. So now we have text 1, text 2, mask. Let's open this up and let's select both of these layers. Select the text 2, hold Alt and drag and drop it. So it's going to replace it with the second text. Pretty nice. Now let's create another new composition. This is going to be animation underscore 01. Press OK. Let's drag the text 1 mask and text 2 mask just like so. And on one of them, I'm going to add a fill. So let's select this, go into effects and presets, search for a fill effect. Double click to apply that and let's make this white. All right, let's zoom in into our timeline. We can hide the parent and link and let's drag the mask to a bit forward in time. So I think around 2 seconds should be fine. Yep. So now we have this kind of a revealing animation. And then at 4 seconds, I'll duplicate this. Let's place this one right here. Again at 8 seconds, I'll duplicate this. And finally one at 12 seconds. Press Ctrl D, by the way, to duplicate it. Then select the second one, press Ctrl D. Let's place this one at 6 seconds, I believe. Yep, let's set this one. Press Ctrl D again. Let's set this one to 10 seconds. Okay, so 12 seconds is fine. So now when we preview this, we have something which looks like this. Now let's select everything and drag them a bit forward in time, just somewhere around there. So we start with this opening revealing animation. Then let's press Ctrl Y to create a new solid. We can call this map and give it whatever color that we want. Then go into effects and presets, search for gradient ramp, apply that. Let's drag this point right over here and set this to 0 and move the white point right here and set this to 1000. Then again go into effects and presets, search for Triton effect, double click, let's make this black and let's make this white. And to improve the blending a little bit, we can add a fast box blur on this. Let's set this one to 180. All right, maybe 180 is a bit too much. Let's go with 100, I think. Yeah, that is looking much better. Right click and now let's create a new adjustment layer. Let's call this animation map. Select the adjustment layer, go into effects and presets, search for time displacement effect, double click to apply that. Let's set this to the map that we just created and set this one to effects and mask. Bring down the max displacement to 0.3 and increase the time resolution to 300 so we have some smoother looking animation. And by the way, now I can hide this map, and now if I preview this, we have this really interesting look. Let's set this to half so we can preview it a bit more faster. So it's going to be a little heavy on the system. If it is lagging way too much, make sure you play around with the time resolution. You can bring that down to 200 or 150. But yeah, I think this is looking pretty nice. Now, obviously, if I zoom in, you will be able to see I have a little bit choppy edges on the text. So to fix this, what we can do is go into effects and presets again, search for Gaussian blur, double click to apply that, and let's set this to around 10. And then go into effects and presets again, search for curves, and this will help us to bring back that sharpness. Set this to alpha, and let's create some points like so. So now we have much more smoother edges. Okay, perfect. And finally, I will create another new adjustment layer, call this offset. Go into effects and presets, search for offset effect, double click to apply that. Let's bring the time indicator at the very start and create a keyframe on the offset on the shift center to. Then I will go to around maybe 1 or 2 seconds. I think 2 seconds should be fine. And let's pull that up like so. So minus 500. Hit U so we can see the keyframe. Hold Alt and click on the stopwatch, and let's add a simple loop out expression. So this is going to help us keep the animation looping like so. Okay, this is looking perfect. Now what we can do is go back into our main project panel and duplicate the animation one. So now we have animation 2. Let's open animation 2. And then what I'm going to do is select the offset, hit U, go right here. And this time I'm going to bring that down instead. So I think I should go at around 1000 or maybe 1500. Perfect. Now let's go again and create a new composition called this stack. Press OK. Drag the animation 1. Press S to bring down the scale property. Let's scale this down to 50%. And then go into effects and presets, search for CC Reptile. Let's increase the expand down to around 1500 and expand up to 1500 as well. Okay. Then duplicate this, press Ctrl D. Let's move this right over here. Press Ctrl D, move this right over here. And just to be precise, you can select all these three and align them properly. Okay. And then switch these to holding shift by animation 2. Now let's select this one, go into effects and presets, search for tint effect, double click to apply that. And let's swap the colors, press Ctrl C and paste it on this one as well. So now we have variation. Okay. Now let's go back into our main render composition, press Ctrl Y to create a new solid. I'll call this BG for background. Go into effects and presets, search for a nice fill effect. Let's go with a nice intense orange. Then drag the stack composition on top. And then go right here, select the rectangle tool, double click to create a new square shape. Click on fill and let's select a linear gradient. Press OK and let's drag this point like so. Okay, then go into effects and presets again. Search for fast box blur. And let's increase this by 100. 100 should be fine. And we can hide this layer. We don't need to see it. Select the stack composition. Go into effects and presets again. Search for displacement map. Set this to shape layer 1. Set this to effects and mask. Set the max horizontal displacement to around 400 and bring that down to 0. And then make sure to turn on the collapse transformation. That is this one. I think 400 is way too much. Let's bring them down a little bit, like around, I don't know, 250 should be fine. Yep, that is looking much better. So we have this really interesting look, as you can see. And then I'll just rename this to map. And then I can add some nice color to this. So let's select the stack composition. Let's search for tint effect. And let's swap the colors and let's give it a nice yellow color. And this to a lighter yellow, I think. And then I will add some textures to enhance it and give it that nice, Pixrate style feel to this. So let's bring down the scaling of this texture and let's set this to screen. Let's add the paper texture and let's set this to multiply. So now we have this nice paper texture on top. And finally, to enhance everything, I'll do a quick curves adjustment. So go into effects and presets, search for curves. There you go. And if your text doesn't look smooth, you can always switch to 16 BPC. So hold Alt and click on this. So now it's going to switch to 16 BPC and your text is going to look much more smoother, but it's also going to increase your render time quite a lot. So make sure you switch to 16 BPC only if required. Also, one thing that I forgot to mention is you can always jump into this map and go into the map property, go into the gradient fill and click on edit gradient and make sure you switch this color from pitch black to a much more desaturated black. And this is going to make the bend less obvious and it's going to look much more natural and the text is going to be much more readable, as you can see. So yeah, make sure you do that. And there you go. There you have your Pixrate style stretchy looking text animation inside of After Effects without using any plugin. So that's all for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, do let me know in the comments below. You can also follow me on Instagram at dope.motions and Nikhil Pawar. And I will see you guys in the next video. Till then, take care and always stay raw, stay creative. Peace out.